brick throwing and children's book on tonight's episode of the Spicy Divorce Party Planner TV show.
I don't care what you guys say. He turned the car around, got a brick, and I threw it at him.
They disrespect my motherfucking people, bitch.
Hello, welcome to the Spicy Divorce Party Planner TV show. I'm your host, Spice, and today we have a very special guest. Her name is Della, Ann Maciel. And here's my lovely co-host, Lilith.
Hi, everyone.
So, Miss Della, can you tell us what city you're representing?
I've been in so many, but I was raised in Compton, California.
Hey!
Straight out of Compton.
I'm now in Long Beach.
Hey, my second home.
So I got two great cities I'm representing.
So, we understand that you're an actress, a model, and a book author.
Yes, I am.
Can you?
Recently.
Wonderful. Can you tell us about the latest projects that you have worked on?
Well, the latest I can say, my book has been out a week now.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And it took me about 3 to 4 years. A lot of things in my life I was dealing with. Hard to concentrate on writing a book. So this past year in December, I decided, no, you got to sit down and you got to finish it. You got to make 2022 better. You know, so if anything, I had to push myself and stop procrastinating and just get to it. So this is what brought me to my book being ready to go and published now.
Is there you could tell a little bit more about your book, the title, and what it's based on?
The name of the book is The Tales of Bonnie and Betty. It's about two sisters that are rabbits, and one of them is diagnosed with autism. Mm-hmm. And the inspiration for this book was because of my granddaughter, who me and my son raised together, was diagnosed with autism, and we were uneducated about really what autism was about, and you know, why was she doing this and that, until we got her diagnosed. And I feel that more people, adults and worldwide, really need to be more educated about autism, to where, like, if you know, you go to the mall and you'll see a kid throwing a tantrum, people automatically will say, oh, well, you know, look at that kid, look at that, you know, or acting like a brat. You know, we're putting labels on them that we don't even know that the poor thing is autism, and to where they can't be in the public. They, you know, noises that they hear, we don't. Oh. Things like that. A lot of things that more people should be aware of autism. And I'm hoping this book really opens up a new highlight on autism, and about parents, caregivers, grandparents, everybody who has an autism child in their family will be more educated, you know, and that will make boys and girls who have autism make themselves feel more at ease and more comfortable in the world, you know.
Actually, I can relate to that because my daughter, she's actually autistic. How it started off when she was inside my belly, she kept on shivering all the time, and I knew something was going on. They thought it was maybe because she was cold, but it was actually seizures. Oh. And that's what causes any baby that's inside the womb of a mother, and they shiver, is actually seizures they're having. So when they're born, that's what causes the autism. Oh. I found that out by 2 weeks. I knew just by how she was acting. She was banging her head. I had to stop her. By 4 months old, all she repeatedly did was bang her head so hard where she fell down literally on the ground or anywhere she's at. The tantrums, I had to pull her away from her knocking down heavy TVs on her, everything. And just, we had to hold her, both her grandma and I, but had to blow cold air on her face. We had to distract her so that way she forgot what she was throwing a tantrum about at that time. I've had head concussions from her, but you know what? Always been there for her. And she's been doing nothing but really good. And put medication on. But when it starts, if a baby starts shivering in the mother's belly, that's autism.
Okay. I just want to say hats off to both of you, because that's a very difficult job, raising a child with autism, especially as single parents or a single grandmother, and hats off to your son as well.
Thank you.
So thank you guys for doing a great job of raising your children and grandchildren. Now we get into the juicy part. So we understand that you've also been married before.
Yes.
And then how many times have you been married?
Well, once.
Okay.
Once was enough. The first time I was 19, young and dumb. He was very good looking.
Oh.
He was Jordanian. Tall, dark, handsome, with the beard and the long hair. Back in the 80s, that was the look.
We still like long hair now.
Yeah, right? So when I saw him, I liked him, and then he liked me, and then, I just by looking at him, I was like, oh my God, and so anyway, we got married, we went to Vegas.
Where'd you meet him at?
At the gas station.
At the gas station. Who hollered at
Arabian.
him first? Did you talk to him first, or did he get at you?
I talked to him first.
Ooh,
I was with my sister. I was like, who's that? She goes, I'll tell him to come by. So, she was picking up on the guy that he knew. And they were all Jordanians, good looking guys at the gas station over there in Compton.
Okay.
And she told him, my sister wants to talk to you. So, I'm not bold. I'm still like that. If I like somebody, you look great, and that's just how I am. You only live once.
Exactly.
So anyway, we ended up going to Vegas, getting married. My sister went with me, his best friend. And then, things started changing to where, he said he liked me because I look like maybe somebody from the Middle, people say I look like Middle East and all this. I've always gotten that. And, he wanted me to, change my way of dressing. It's, started, and cutting my hair. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not a never girl who had short hair.
Yeah.
And things like that. And then, we went and did the immigration thing and all this, and I thought it was, as we all think, the one.
The one.
He was
7 later.
Right. Really. So as time went on, a year later, he gets the green card.
Okay.
And I'm like, and I can remember this, like we're laying on the bed, and he's opening the mail, and he gets the green card, and I'm like, oh wow, great, we should go celebrate. And he goes, no, I want a divorce.
What? Right after you got the...
As soon as he opened that card,
Oh, hell no.
I'm like, what?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
I thought this was going to be something gradually. I didn't know. You guys,
real jackass.
Hell no.
Real jackass.
Oh no.
Last name was Abraham.
Ooh.
If you're still out there, I don't care. I hope you're dead. Henny Abraham. Abraham. Yeah, that was my last name. I got my name back. I went back to my name, Maciel.
Give me
Thank
five,
you, Father.
girl. Thank you.
I got my name back. Not very smart man. He went ahead and, back then we had like Bullocks. Yes, I know. Shows how old I am. Bullocks, May Company, all these big stores back then, and, so, now all that I can remember now we still have is Macy's. But he went and did all these cards, and he had my name on them.
Oh no.
So when I said, okay, you want a divorce? Okay, you gotta go pay for it. You pay for it.
Okay.
I just said, fuck it, okay? So, I don't know if I say it.
It's all good.
Well, anyway, so we
This is a
went.
spicy divorce party plan.
We went to Compton and filed it. He paid for everything. I got my name back. And, that was my apartment. So I told him he had to move. He had 30 days. Like,
Oh, good for
hell
you.
no.
Good for
What?
you. Yeah.
You gotta go.
Good job.
So I moved back with my mommy and my sister and her daughter, and then the thing was, and I had a car, so I got my car back. But not right away.
Oh, no.
But so I figure, okay, so I go back living with my mom, and I have all these cards, May Company, Bullets, all that. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Mom, let's go shopping. I charged everything up to limit, up to limit, up to limit, up to limit. And then I get this phone call from him. We didn't have cell phones back then in the 80s.
Okay.
So, he called me and says, hey, I need to talk to you. I got this big ass bill and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going, you know what? Don't come to my house.
Yeah.
So he comes, he's tooting. My mother opens the door and I'm going, Mom, I got this.
Oh, wow.
So I go out there. My sister lives across the street. She's looking out the window. I'm telling him to get off my property. Get the F off my mom's property. And I don't care what you gotta say. He turned the car around, got a brick, and I threw it at him. Back in the car. Bye.
Oh my God.
So then after, I'm not done.
Okay.
Don't mess with this little girl.
All right. The brick.
This little
I'm gonna put a brick in my purse.
Latina girl.
All right.
And everything else.
Right.
But I went and called immigration.
Oh, good for you.
I turned him in. Back in the 80s, it was easier because, I told him, which he did. He took advantage of my citizenship. Be careful. Do not own your own citizenship. It's a privilege.
Yes.
Everybody wished they were born in the United States. People don't understand that people will get, and not just guys, women do it too.
Yes.
From other countries.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So please beware.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
not. I mean, what we got living in the United States, living in America is a privilege. We have this citizenship. It's gold.
Okay.
So I went ahead and said, okay. So I went ahead, called immigration. The guy came, interviewed me, and I guess he's back where he belongs.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, so
Jordan, I'm Virginian, yeah. So anyhow, yeah.
That's wild.
That's what I did. So I got even.
Oh, good for you.
You want that? Well, honey, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
After that, I did not get married. I was with my son's father for 29 years.
Okay.
I've been a widow going on 6 years now. And, and living with him, he was also from Compton. I just learned another side of life.
Okay.
It was a good lesson. I don't think I'll get married again.
Okay.
I have a 5-page application. I do not know. Gotta check your FICO score, all that.
Oh, good for you.
I just
Background check.
Right, background check, all of it. So, I'm just saying, be wise, guys and girls. And it's not just the guys. There are women out there, coming from all over. And you're saying, wow, I like her. Look, she's exotic, or she's this, or beware.
Okay.
Beware.
Okay. That's a lesson learned today.
Yeah, real good lesson. Yeah. I'm
For one, don't mess with
back
Della.
my next book. Maybe that'll be a book in the future. We'll see.
Yeah, that sounds like a really
Right?
interesting topic.
Always keep a brick in your bag.
Right, I've learned that
Right.
today.
Prepare. But anyway, yes.
So learning
Like
from that, what would be your ideal divorce party?
My ideal divorce party. Well, probably a nice cake.
Okay.
With the chocolate coming down, where you do the strawberries. Karaoke, all women, no men. Sorry, no men. And a nice photo shoot.
Oh, nice.
Good food. Everybody dancing. And just, celebrate, hey, I'm single.
Yeah, that sounds
Not
fun.
ready to mingle. Stuff like that. But, that's my thing. I mean, and I love that about you, that you celebrate also when you're divorced and a breakup. I think that's great.
Thank you.
That's great.
Well, we need
I
it
love
after
it.
dealing with those type of situations.
I know,
and being
right?
Free
I
and
wish
getting
I knew. I would have known you then, but you weren't born yet. This was in 1980. You weren't born
We can
yet.
still have one for you.
Okay, you can still. Okay,
yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, we still can.
No men, sorry.
Okay. Not even strippers.
No. Oh no. Go. You can if you want, honey.
Maybe a surprise one.
Oh yeah.
Look at her.
Sponsor will pop
Make
right up.
sure he's not from the Middle East.
Oh, okay, we got you. We don't discriminate though.
I know. No, I'm just kidding. Now, if he's a rich chic guy.
Okay, that's a different story.
I got some cowboys and firemen.
Okay,
yeah.
we'll see. We'll check it out.
We'll see about that.
I also hear that you are actually an actress. And how long have you been acting for? And what inspired you to become an actor?
Well, thanks to my mom, rest in peace. She put me in movies from the age of 5 to 13.
Nice.
And it goes through my blood, I guess. My grandfather was the stunt double for Rudolph Valentino.
Wow.
The trainer for Rin Tin Tin.
Cool.
I don't know if anybody out there nobody was born at that time, but
Yeah,
they know
so
who
my
Rin
mom
Tin
probably.
Tin is.
Yeah, I remember hearing Rin Tin Tin.
But anyway, and ever since then, I had my kids, and ever since then, I've never lost the urge to act, and as time went on, husband passed on, my kids grew up, I became a grandma. I'm thinking, okay, Della, this is time for you now. It's for you. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing this, well, for my grandkids, for my kids, but when you're diagnosed with cancer, you want to do as much as you can. And I became a 2-time breast cancer survivor.
Amen.
So, just like I say, you see your life in front of you. I mean, I was working, I was 53, then I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Before you know it, I'm doing chemo, I'm losing my hair, I'm losing my whole look. And then 9 years later, I end up getting another mastectomy, and then she finds cancer.
Oh gosh.
And that was a year ago.
Oh no.
So she says it's all gone, so
thank God.
I just keep moving forward and keep doing, doing my smoothies and
I love smoothies.
And thanking God every single day that I'm still here, and I'm grateful for people like you guys and to doing this interview.
Thank you. And I would have never guessed that you had cancer. I can't tell that you went to
Really?
yeah. chemo at all.
By the grace of God, and the way I eat, and just keeping my faith every day and being grateful for what I got right now.
That's beautiful to hear.
That is.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're glad to see you doing good.
Thank you.
So who or what is your support group?
My support group, well, I'd have to say my 2 sons, Robert and Arnold, and God. And if it wasn't for God, I don't think I'd be sitting here. And him putting all these things for me to do in my head and for me to really do what I need to do. That's the support I have, and that's really what I need. And, and meeting good people like you.
Thank you.
And you. And rest in peace, Edgar. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been sitting here knowing you.
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep going, doing all this because it's a start. Once this door opened, that's it. All doors are open for me now.
Amen. And for all of you who may not be familiar with Edgar, he is a friend who passed away due to COVID. He is also a producer, TV show director, photographer, agent for models. He did a lot of work in Long Beach. He's a good friend to many of our friends.
Yes, he is.
And supporters.
He's a very good friend.
So how has it been from, I have a 2-parter for this question. How has it been from the 80s till now of not only dating wise, club dancing wise as well?
Good.
I have a question. it's actually like a two-parter, but from the 80s till now, how was dating and the partying different?
Big difference. When I was partying back in the 1980s, I would go out of Compton and go to like the Florentine Gardens, Bentley's, back in Belmont Shores. The music was different. The people were different. You felt more safer, or at least I did, or was the alcohol, or, you know, but I went out and had a great time. And, you know, then, you know, I was drinking, but, you know, I'm happy to say I'm going on 15-year sobriety.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So, you know, it's a big difference, and I enjoyed my life. You know, that's what I tell my sons. You know, you've had your kids, but this is way before I had my kids. I got divorced. I was in my 20s. I worked, and I went out to clubs, you know, and I felt it was safer, and, you know, you enjoy yourself before you have kids and know if you're ready or not, because, you know, you got to be there full time as a parent. So have your fun, then decide what you want to do coming for kids, you know. So when I was partying back in the 1980s, I would go out of Compton and go to like the Florentine Gardens, Bentley's, back in Belmont Shores. The music was different. The people were different. You felt more safer, or at least I did, or was the alcohol, or, you know, but I went out and had a great time. And, you know, then, you know, I was drinking, but, you know, I'm happy to say I'm going on 15-year sobriety.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So, you know, it's a big difference, and I enjoyed my life. You know, that's what I tell my sons. You know, you've had your kids, but this is way before I had my kids. I got divorced. I was in my 20s. I worked, and I went out to clubs, you know, and I felt it was safer, and, you know, you enjoy yourself before you have kids and know if you're ready or not, because, you know, you got to be there full time as a parent. So have your fun, then decide what you want to do coming for kids, you know. So
you were living in Compton, so what was the music scene like there? Did you see any celebrities or upcoming celebrities
in Compton?
Yes.
Matter of fact, when I was growing up in Compton back in the 70s, there was a little boy, and now, well, he became very famous. Eazy E, rest in peace. He was the neighbor, like, his mom had the biggest house on the corner.
Wow.
And we lived on Panaz and Pauline.
What was the mom doing that she had such a big house?
Well, it was just the biggest house on the corner, and there was a big fence. Okay. And it was a big family.
Okay.
And he used to have his little big wheel going in our driveway, because my dad made it a big driveway. And he used to go around and make a U-turn, and all the time we would be telling him, you know, don't get out of the driveway, you're gonna get run over, things like that, you know. But lo and behold, he became this very famous rapper, and, you know, very nice family, very nice mother, sister, brother, and yeah, he just, you know, if I tell people, they're like, yeah, right, you know, but no, it's a true story.
So how many years did you see him there?
Well, gee, I seen him when he was little, and then as time went on, I got married that year later, came back. He was a teenager, with my nephew. My sister got married, and, you know, that was my nephew, like we call him, you know, just like, that was her son, but, you know, we call him nephew, and they grew up together.
Okay.
And he used to say, I'm over here, auntie, at this friend's house down the street. He's doing music in his mom's garage, da-da-da. I said, really? That's nice. Maybe he'll become somebody one day. I didn't even know, lo and behold, he was Eazy E.
Wow. Did you ever get a chance to see, was his voice like the way it is in his music? Did he sound the same back then?
Yes, because he would give tapes to my nephew. And I wasn't paying attention. Now I was just divorced. These kids grow up around you, and I wasn't really paying attention. He put the tape on for me one day, and I'm saying, "Wow, I like his music." And lo and behold, he became famous.
Okay.
So
I was just wondering if his voice was the same, because I've heard that it's changed. That he didn't always sound like that.
I don't know. I mean, at the time when I heard it, and this was back in the '80s, he sounded the same as he did on his songs. So
okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us now. Now I had to get the scoop on that because I'm all into music. But give us the scoop now. How's dating for you now at this age?
Well, dating. Let's see. What is that? Dating. I haven't did that in about 5 years, 6 years.
Oh wow.
I don't know if I'm in the scene right now for dating. I don't know. Everybody's doing it online. I knew 2 people who got lucky. And I'm like, if I never did it online, but people would friend request me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I like the picture. I'd click on it, talk to them, and lo and behold, they're like scammers. Right away, block, delete. So I don't know about dating nowadays. I like the old-fashioned way. See somebody, you meet somebody, you have coffee, things like that. I don't know, do they do that anymore? Go have coffee,
Yeah,
they do, big time.
And the old way, instead of, because you can't really say, is that the real person I'm seeing? Is this him? Is that her? And it's for the same thing for guys. Guys see a girl, wow, she's a pretty blonde or beautiful redhead, natural, of course, like I am. But
we're all natural,
right? Of course, the only way. And so anyway, you're like, wow, okay, so you go meet, right? Look at her, she's laughing. We go meet, and I'm like, is that him? No, that ain't him. He just passed me by. And then, hopefully he's not 4'11", looking like Danny DeVito. Sorry, Danny, I love you, Danny, but I mean, come on.
Blow.
I'm like, are you Della Ann Maciel? No, who are you looking for? I don't know.
Okay, so
it can be deceiving. In other words, deceiving. Come on, a girl could send a guy a nice picture. She's good looking, and he's like, wow, is that her? And and it's not the girl he sees. It's deceiving. I don't think people should do that. Who you are is what you are. Be who you are. I mean, I'm a double mastectomy breast cancer survivor here, and hey, if a man's that shallow, look at my face, and I know I'm not ugly, and and
that's right,
and I know how to conduct myself, and I look good, I look good. So if you're that shallow because I don't have, breast, bye.
Okay, bye.
But anyway, it's.
I have a question. Have your taste in men changed? Because I used to think I like tall men, and I used to dating slender men. Have you ever changed? Okay, I only like tall, slender men. Have you ever changed your taste in men and you know what? Now I'll date a heavyset man, but before you used to not.
It changed a lot. My first husband was tall, dark and handsome. My second husband, I'll say, 29 years. He was tall and handsome, but he was muscular.
Okay.
He was like the weightlifting guy, nice build. That was the first thing I was like, oh, this guy's good looking. Nice body, good looking face. So there were 2 different kind of people. One was Jordanian, Middle East. The other one was, Mexican American, all tattooed. So yeah, the second one, let's see, Wall Street guy, blue collar guy, like that. Yeah, different way of seeing a guy now. Yeah, totally different.
Okay.
Yes. Brad Pitt. Ray Liotta.
I like Brad Pitt too.
Ray Liotta.
Okay. Yeah, he's fine. Oh my God. Okay.
Go ahead.
That was really great. If you had a choice of, like, if Brad Pitt were to walk up to you and like, hey, would you ever go have coffee with me? What would you do?
I sure would.
And you better call us up too.
I'm gonna say, wait a minute, that's Cassandra. Let me put this on airplane mode. What? What you say, Brad? What? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, damn.
I will have him come to my house and make coffee.
Okay.
Then I'll say, Cassandra, come over with your camera and crew people, okay? But I'll only give you an hour. Go ahead.
It's like Brad Pitt's for me for the rest of the time.
Right. Ray Liotta, hey. I love all his movies.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I just think nowadays people need to stop hiding behind pictures and be who you are and love who you are first before you go out there looking for somebody else. Because you gotta love who you are. And I love myself. I'm a rock my little chest, and everything from here down still works, so I ain't got no problem with that. But I'm just saying, be who you are. If you're full figured, flat chested, the better, the more better. But if you're full figured, flat chested, it doesn't matter. It's who you are inside. What counts. So all that extra people putting pictures, that's not them. Guys do it too. Stop. Girls do it too. Stop. It's who you are.
That's right.
Do you think you should stay with your partner even if you're unhappy?
Well, right now, with that question, I would say no.
Okay.
But if you asked me that 29 years ago, I would have said yes. Because that's how I was raised, the old Latino way, staying with them and all this. When my mother put that in my head, out of all 6, maybe 3 listened or 2 listened. The others were, smart enough and walked away. But I think no.
Okay.
I think no, because even if you have kids and you're fighting, I think it's a lot for the kids to grow up and see all that.
True.
Which I did, of course. My mother and father argued, we seen that. But it was the way my mom was, you stay and you deal with things. So I don't give that same opinion, I don't give that to my sons. Okay. If things can't work out and you really don't got that for both sides, because it takes 2 to tango, if both don't want to give it and one does and the other one don't, then there's no way to really stay, because it's not good. What are you showing your kids?
True.
So yeah, a lot of things changed the way I was brought up till now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you evolved.
Yes, you have to. You have to, because what if the relationship's abusive? I'm not going to tell my daughter or granddaughter, oh, stay.
Yeah.
No, you got to tell them out.
Yeah.
And then there's women who pick on men.
True.
Shall we say that? It's not just the women, it's the men.
True.
Who get abusive. And a lot of them don't want to come out and say that because the way society is. No.
True.
It's the same thing for men too. They're doing you wrong, out.
I agree.
Yeah.
Agree completely with that. And I was saying that any viewers out there, we got this lovely woman, Ann, both beautiful inside and out.
Thank you.
You ever see her on the street, say hey, hi, buy her a cup of coffee.
Right, let's do a selfie.
Yeah. Wonderful woman right here. Yes, I love books very much. I'm reading. So what would be your favorite type of book to read, like gender-wise?
Well, right now I'm reading, I like to read a lot of biographies. And I like reading, about actresses. I'm reading the book now of Elizabeth Taylor, which is very interesting, her life.
Yes.
Judy Garland, the life story of Judy Garland. And just a lot of other actors and actresses, just about other people's lives. I've always been so fascinated about other people's lives and how they became who they are and what you had to go through to become, and a lot of actors and actresses back in the 1930s and 40s and 50s, as we know about Judy Garland, working, to death and, working all the time and a lot of things. So it's always interesting to know, and you learn a lot.
So going back to Elizabeth Taylor, so what do you think about her being married multiple times?
Well, I'd seen her on a interview, and she was married 8 times. And they asked her, would she ever marry again? And she says, no way.
Oh.
And there it goes again to say, she was the most beautiful woman in the world, they say, right?
Yes.
Which she is. She was, It doesn't matter. Look at her. Look how beautiful she was.
Yes.
Eddie Fisher was married to Debbie Reynolds. He fooled around with Elizabeth Taylor. They were friends. Then Elizabeth Taylor, he went to Connie Stevens. Doesn't matter what you look like, who you are. Sometimes people are just not on the same page.
Okay, so I got a very interesting, crazy question for you.
Yes, what is it?
What do you think about polygamy?
What is that? I really don't know.
When you're married to multiple.
Oh, you mean like a harem? Here we go back again. Jerusalem, the harem? Like multiple guys?
Yeah, yes.
You mean at once?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or a man being married to multiple women. Do you think now that something that we should consider? Like, since, you date someone and they don't have all the qualities you like, should you be dating multiple people or married to multiple people at a time?
Well, I'm old-fashioned.
Okay.
I don't like to share.
Okay.
And if you're in, now I don't care, this is America. Everybody has their own way of thinking, their own opinion. Me, no.
Okay.
If I'm going out, and I'll say if I'm gonna go look for that one, which I don't know. I don't know even if he's out there.
Right.
Ray Liotta's taken, so. But if you're going to, in your mindset that I'm only going to go and just date this person, that person, that's different. You let that person know, hey, we're just here to have coffee, other than that, I got to go, I got to date. You got to let that person know, just like, oh my God, I love you now. And then before you know it, you're going to go tomorrow with somebody else. You have to be open. Because my first husband, I was cheated on. So I know what that's like.
Okay.
So to me, yeah, I'm old-fashioned.
Okay.
But if I'm out there telling a guy, okay, look, I've got Brad Pitt tomorrow. Well, let me see, love pencil you in, Ray Liotta, okay. Then I'll let him know that's who I am.
Okay.
But it all depends on the individual. That's all I'm saying. Different strokes and different folks. Go ahead, guys. Hey, whatever thing you want.
Okay, good.
Not nothing.
Where can we find out more about you and your endeavors?
At Della Maciel, Della Maciel Instagram. I'm also on YouTube, and more to come.
Can you spell out your name for us? Because a lot of people.
Last name?
First and last name. We need help.
D as in David, Della. Middle name Ann, Maciel, Maciel.
Okay. You have any more questions?
Real quick, how do you have the feeling about, what is your opinion about either the 5-minute dating thing or speed dating?
Speed dating? They have speed dating now? God, I don't even know about speed dating. I don't even know what that is. The 5 minute, no, I'm sorry. All these shows they have, The Ultimate and 90 Day Fiance and all this stuff. I mean, hey, I would be on it to be on TV.
Yeah.
But other than that, bye, cut. See you, you know,
You ain't doing
party's
it.
over now.
She's at the
You
party.
know, but you know, all this stuff like that, I don't think anybody could know each other in 90 days. I don't think so. I'm sorry.
What
No.
about love at first sight? You don't.
Radioda. Yeah, I can say that.
There's a contradiction there.
But you know, love at first sight. Well, look what happened. I got divorced the first time.
Okay,
I
yeah.
thought it was, but see, I was dumb and young at 19. Oh, you know, dumb little Latina girl, thinking you know he was it, but no.
Those hormones, I'm telling you.
I know, I was so young and dumb. But love at first sight, maybe it can happen.
Okay.
You know, I mean, Cher said she's seen Sonny, just Sonny, you know, and, you know, they had a wonderful relationship until he started acting like a man. And then, you know, but it can happen. I mean, it never happened to me.
Well, what happens if the one or Brad Pitt were to get down on their knee and ask you to marry you at the same time?
Do they still do that?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never been proposed to like that.
Well, I definitely haven't either.
You know what? You know what I
I got
think?
the gray hair and I
Right.
still ain't got my
You know what you know what I say women should do?
What?
Generations, and you know, we got like different generations here, right? 3 different generations. And you know, they're divorced or married or you know, through the line of relationship. And I tell my son this: I'm buying my own promissory.
Nice.
Promised to take care of myself.
Okay.
Because everything I have is, well, from God, of course, and
Yes.
me doing myself. I've never had a man give me anything. My friend told me, oh, you're mean. I said, if I had something from a man who really gave me something, I would think different. But I've always been independent, taking care of myself. So I think we should all just buy our own promise ring to take care of ourselves. And I'm serious, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
Yeah, because I know got time to wait. Wait a minute, I'm 61, never mind, I want my own ring.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So, any last words for an ex that might be watching or...
Bye, boy, bye.
Bye. Okay. All right.
Hi, thank you for watching our show with our lovely guest, Della.
You guys can keep the party going by sending us a drink on Venmo or Cash App. Look for the sign below.